I'm live, finally. Hi, girls. Welcome, welcome. Hold on a second. Of course, this struggle bus of a system. Let's see what happens when I try these different things. Hi. We're going to work on this paper mache box today while we craft and chat. So come on in. I bought this paper mache box. It's fabulous. It's adorable. And it even has like these little keyholes for ribbon. So this is what we're going to work on. So come on in, say hello. I'm just going to get started with my painting and all that. And I think I will get you guys, this is going to take a few minutes just to paint it. And I'm going to use this lovely little deer on here. So come on in, let me know that you're here. Let me see if I can make this screen, yeah, like that. That way you can see that. Now, show comments on stage. That would be great so I could see your comments if anybody comes in. All right, I have some chalk paint here that I have not used in a long time, and it's pretty thick. So I'm going to work on reconstituting this with some acrylic medium. So come on in. You'll see here what I got going on. Here, I have some fluid medium in here. And actually, I have two of these, and I have a really big one over here. So I'm just going to take from the big one because I think I'm going to use a bit. I'm going to be using a little bit of it. So I'm going to take from the big jar. We're going to go in the big jar. All right, here we go. Vicky's watching from Arizona. Hello, sweet Vicky. How are we doing today? How is today going for you? Actually, you know what, you guys? I may take this out of here because look how deep this big mason jar is. It might be better for me to take it out of here and put it on something. It's rather thick, so I'm going to keep adding some more medium in there. Hey, Carol Edison, did you change your name on YouTube? Edison K. Carol Edison K. Hey, what's happening? What's happening? I think I'm live only on YouTube today. So thanks for jumping on over here. You know what I should do? I should give this link to the girls in the Telegram. So just give me a second while I figure on that. Just give me a few minutes to do it. That would be great. What's everybody up to? What are you girls doing today? What's going on this weekend? I wonder. I don't think the boys are coming home this weekend. They didn't say they were. They've come home the 2 weekends in a row, and I think they need to just stay there and focus and get some schoolwork done. So not that I don't want to see them, but I would like to see them save on the gas and focus and get some stuff done. But we'll see. I'm never going to turn them down, of course. YouTube is taking off our handles and to at our name. To at our name. Yeah, but what's the CAE at the end? I wonder how I'll show up in the comments. Hello. Let's just test it. How do I show up in the comments? Just as the comfiness of grace. Taking off our handles and to at our name. I'm not sure. It's okay. It's okay. I'm always behind the times, Carol. I never know what's going on. I'm just trying to keep up. You're going to, oh, good. You're better, and you're hoping to get out and see family today. Well, good. I hope that does work for you. I hope that's possible. Now, here's the thing. This is chalk paint. It's very thick because it's very old. And I'm just wondering if I want to, I don't think I do, but I'm wondering if I need to gesso my box before we go in on this project. So hang tight, mommy. I'm going to grab a tool that I need. It's full, of course, of things. So I'm going to empty it out. I'm going to use my palette. I'm going to dump some of this in there. because look how thick it is. You know what? This is rather dark as well. I may add some, not white, but maybe some tan paint to this. I'm going to need a bunch, and I might as well use it up. It's a paper mache box, so it's going to like soak up this paint. Let's start with this. Okay, and then let's grab my rubber tool and let's grab, I think I will grab, this is pretty liquidy. It's like a tannish color, so it's not quite white, but we're going to add some of this to it and mix the two together. we're being mixologists today. Okay, this I'm going to put in the water for now. If I need to grab more paint, I'll use it again, but all right. And I am also going to add actually liquid medium to that. Look at how much there is. Oh my goodness. That's a lot. That'd be a lot. Oh my goodness. Guys, how many people are showing on your screen? It doesn't show me a number on when I'm in StreamYard. I don't see a number of people. I have a message on my computer that says mic is muted, and that's over, I think, the eyeball. That would tell me that. All right, that's a little bit lighter, which I think I do like. I'll show you next to the paper here in a second. Wow, is that still so thick though? Six. They took away my 6. My flower. Oh, you had to put a number or letters at the end. Oh, it's your initials. Oh, that's cute. Clever. Very clever. So that must be for personal accounts then. Where did you get an email, or how did you know that you had to do that? Where have I been? Why didn't I get that? Maybe it's different for business accounts. All right, see how much more fluid and soft that is? Way better. And the color is way better, I think. Watch. Here's my paper. Stay up there, you. Here's my paper, and it has lots of greens in it. So the other color I think was a little bit too dark. So we're going to go with this. I don't need to paint this, the top of this, green. In fact, I think I'll paint the top of this white because I'm going to put that paper behind it. But this stuff on the sides, needs to be green, right? So let's start with that. I am not going to paint the inside of this box. I'm not painting the inside. Okay, we're going to paint the outside things. Okay, so let's put it together. Okay, we're going to paint this. We're going to paint this. We're going to paint this. And it's going to take a hot minute. And this is going to be white. So let me just get a brush and we'll get into it. And we're going to decoupage. I want a brush that is this size. All right, I'm going to put my paint aside so that we can get the box. Wow, this is just a little too close because the project is so big. Hello, it's me. Let me get you down here. All right, let's get you down. Higher but lower. Higher but lower so you can see the box better. There, that's better. A little bit. Let's go even higher. Let's go a little bit higher. There we are. There you can see everything. Okay. We are going to start by painting this and the sides. I wonder if I'd be better off with a roller. Right? Like, it's going to take a hot minute to paint this up, but I think it's going to be beautiful in the end. And I bought a couple of these boxes. So if anybody sees one, like if you're like at the end of this project, if you're loving this, just message me. And if I have one left, I don't mind selling you the rice paper and the box if you want to make one. I don't know what's the best way to do this. I'm going to also have to top coat it. I think that will be a good plan for me. All right, let's move on here to this edge. This is like a really pretty winter green. It's like an olive green. It's just so pretty. Is anybody's favorite color green? Mine has been for a very long time green, but over the years I've grown to love, like I never used to like purple and I really do like it now. I shouldn't say that. I liked it when I was a really little girl. I liked purple. And then I didn't for a long time, but now I like it again. I think it's okay to change your mind. There's so many pretty colors. How do we choose? All right, first coat on that side, I believe is done. Now I'm not going to paint this, but I am going to paint this edge here. So I'm going to let this dry and then, in fact, I think what I'll do is let's just separate this. And just work on one thing at a time. Might be the best choice. I feel like I need a little more paint right here. So my sister and I have been playing phone tag for a couple of days. Does that ever happen to you? I dislike it immensely. Are you guys seeing one screen or two? You noticed it on YouTube watching a video, but you didn't get like an email or something. So how did you get prompted to change it? Interesting. I am loading up the paint because number one, it's thick and old paint. Number two, this box is paper. So it's just sucking it up. And I did not prime it. I could have primed it, but I chose not to. If you prime it, you would probably use less of your paint because it won't soak into the paper mache so much. But I'm okay with it. I mean, it's a really old paint. I've had it for a long time. If I end up using all of it up, it'll be just fine by me. Okay, now we're going to go down here. All right, that side's done. Let's flip and go here. Wait, yeah, I did the whole darn thing. Good job, Gracie. Now we're back up to here. We're going to do the ledge and then we'll go to this part. And then we're going to go to this part. It's been awfully quiet on YouTube the past few Fridays. So I may be changing the schedule up, girls. So pay attention to the YouTube channel because it just has been so, like, it's like no one's here. And I don't mean to insult those of you who are here. Carol and Vicki, you know I love you dearly. You are here wherever I am and whenever I show up. And I thank you immensely for that constant friendship and support. I really do. But if I'm going to spend an hour and a half online live, I'd like to get as many people hanging out with us as possible. So I may be making a change to our schedule. I've been going live on Fridays for a very, very, very long time. I want to place this down, but I've got all that green on here now. So I'm gonna spray this and just get my paper towel and clean this up so I can use it again without getting some paint where I don't want it. That's the nice thing about a glass table. Cleans up way easier even than those plastic or rubber ones. Okay, I just need to do this one side. I want to lay it down like this. Thank you for understanding. Carol, I appreciate you so much. Thank you for understanding. I was on YouTube watching ink paper art and everyone was talking about it. Oh, really? Does ink paper art go live? And like, if that person, I don't know who that is. I think I've heard of the name of the business or the page before, but I don't know personally who that person is. Does she go, I'm assuming it's a she. Does she go live on a regular basis on a certain day? Or does she do recorded or what? Do you mind sharing with me? I've not, I mean, I just, it has probably been 2 years at least that I've been going live every single Friday at 11 a.m. here on YouTube. And I just can get no momentum in terms of getting even people who follow me on Facebook to come on over and hang out. So I think I'm just going to make a change. My time is so precious to me in terms of where I spend it. I want it to be fruitful and I want to meet as many people as possible and make some really good connections with fabulous people like you, Carol, and like you, Vicki. And it just doesn't matter what I do. It just doesn't seem to happen here on YouTube. I mean, I don't know. Got to be smart about our time, right? Okay. Now, I think I'm just going to touch on this edge a little bit. I don't necessarily I don't want to get paint on the inside, right? So I'm going to use this and just very gently touch on this. I don't think anybody's going to be looking at the underside of the cover to see if this is painted, particularly because I'm not going to paint the inside. That just seems like a silly waste of time to me. It's a gift box, right? Like, so you're supposed to use it as a decorative gift box. I don't know how it will get used. I'll likely sell it on YouTube. I'll do all the work to pretty it up. And I just thought they were the coolest boxes. Wait till you see. It came with red ribbon to tie around it. And I just think that'll be so pretty, especially with the holidays coming up. So with the deer on the front of it, of course it can be used as a Christmas box, but then I think it could be used as just a winter decor box, right? Or like a box to hold your Christmas cards or something like that. Okay, we are going to let this sit. Oh, actually, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to flip it and we are going to, I have to paint this side white and I also have to paint the other half. So I'm going to get out some white paint and it doesn't need to be necessarily white. I probably could use this. Kate has lots of live sales with French and vintage for journals. She has lives crafting usually on Saturday. Her name is Kate. I love that name. I love that name. Ink paper art. Carol, I'm going to write it down so I make sure. I love a recommendation from a friend. Like if you like her and she's giving you good stuff and good community to hang out with, I want to be in on that, right? Like let me be part of the fun. So I'm going to write ink paper art down because with my menopause brain, I'll be thinking about this later and I won't remember it. Ink paper art. Kate. I love the name Kate. I love it. I have a cousin named Katie. Well, she goes by Katie. I love that name. Thank you for sharing, Carol. Thank you. Thank you. Okay. Now let's see. Gracie, what do you want to do next? I am wondering, this is going to go on top. It's going to cover, like, look, almost the whole entire thing. Isn't that gorgeous? So actually, there's probably not a big difference. There's not a big difference in color tone between these two. So I'm not even going to paint it. I'm going to put paint on the top of it. And I think I'm going to glamour it up a little bit. So let's wait for that, I guess. Let's wait for that. And let's get to this other half. which is the bottom. I believe this is the top. And this is sorry for that awful noise. And this is the bottom. Let's make sure. Yeah, this is the top. That's the bottom. So I'm going to put this one aside to keep drying, and let's get working on the bottom. The bottom. So on this one, I want to paint here, here, and here. It's going to take a little longer. Not much. I mean, you know, it just didn't take that long, but that's what we're going to do. She'll be live Saturday at 10 a.m. Ooh, you know what, Carol? Can I tell you something? I'm so excited. This never happens. We do not, in the town that I live in, first of all, let me just say, our yard sale is not that vibrant in my town, not in my community at all, because I live about 15 minutes outside of like the city of Devil's Lake. It takes me about 15 minutes to get to anywhere in town. So there's that. But also, even in the city of Devil's Lake, I don't feel like we have a really vibrant, this is just my personal opinion, vibrant yard sale. Estate, we have no estate sales that I know of at all, or many yard sales. We have 3 thrift stores right now. And you know, I love thrifting and finding especially old vintage or antique items to love up on. But there's an estate sale like down the street from me in my neighborhood. There's an estate sale happening on Saturday. So Saturday morning, I'm going to make sure I'm up and ready by 9 so I can get over to that estate sale. I'm so excited. I don't even know. I asked my husband, he grew up here, so he knows more people than I do. And I said to him, do you know this name? It's like right down the street. He's like, no, I don't know who they are. So anyway, he's like, it's right next to these people. Like he knew the people live next to them. So I'm so excited, Carol. I get an estate sale on Saturday that I can go to. All right. Again, well, I guess it doesn't matter because I got to paint all of that anyway. So if a little bit of green gets on there, it's no problem. Girls, I need to go get my fan. Oh, hot flash time. Hot flash, hot flash. Oh, I had to go across the room. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness, girls. Woo, that fan, my cordless fan is getting a big workout lately. It's working overtime, and I am definitely going to buy myself one of those accordion fold-up fans that I can carry around with me because I can't take it. I just can't take it. I'm like literally stripping down to my I always wear 2 layers. So I've been wearing like a light shirt, and then it's winter and it gets drafty and cold. So then I wear a sweater, and then I have to like continuously take the sweater off. So a cardigan is always the easiest. But I used to wear big chunky cable knit sweaters that have like mock turtlenecks because I was always cold, and I put one on today because I just love it. It's creamy colored. It's so pretty, but I can't wear it. I was like, I had to take it off several times this morning. I'm like, I can't go through my day taking this thing on and off. I might just have to get rid of them. Like I'm wearing like a summer shirt today. This is so weird. But I'm wearing like basically a summer shirt. And then I put a sweater over it. And I'll take it off a gazillion times. Do you like this color, you guys? I hope you do. It's kind of like, it's called olive green. It could be deemed army green, but I lightened it up a bit because I wanted it to match. Oh, I got a little paint booger there. Yuck. Little chunky paint. I wanted it to match the paper better. I've been watching a good show on, I like it anyway, on Netflix. It's a series. I think it's just 1 season. I don't know if there's 5 or 6 of them, but it's called The Leopard. And it's about a prince back in the 1800s in Sicily. And I am from Sicily. That's my heritage. So I was like, oh, I definitely want to watch this. It's, you know, obviously historical drama. I love historical dramas because I love all the costumes from the 1800s and like seeing how they lived and horse and carriage. Oh, it just is so dreamy to me. My husband came in and I was watching it while I was brushing my teeth last night. I don't have a lot of time to watch it. So like when I'm brushing my teeth or blow drying my hair, I'll watch a few minutes of it here and there. So I was doing that last night and he came in and said, I'm watching another one of my historical ones. He's like, oh yeah, he has no interest whatsoever. He's like, okay, have fun with that, honey. He has no interest. I can't get enough of them. I think my first two were probably Gone with the Wind and North and South. I think that came out in like the 80s or 90s when I was, younger. And I was like, I just thought like all their dresses were just dreamy and men were so gentlemanlike. And I love the prim and proper like etiquette. I just love it. To me, it's just the best. I tell my husband, I think I was born to live at a time like that. Well, I know God doesn't make any mistakes, but I find it dreamy. Okay. That's going to be okay if it gets on the edges of this. I need to paint this green as well. So we might as well just get into it. Menopause. It's the menopause. I just can't with my temperature. I just can't regulate it at all. Boy, do I have a painty mess over here. It's gobby goopy. Now here, I would actually do better if I had a roller, wouldn't I? I think I have one next to me. Should I bust out the roller? Let's do it. Why not? We have it. Let's use it. Let me see. I think I have one. Oh, did I just put it away? No, I did not. Look, little paint roller. And I do, oh, my hair's blowing in my face now. I do take this off and wash it. That's just me. I'm that kind of girl. I don't throw them out. It comes with, like, it's like a cheap, it came with 2 different sizes from not Walmart, Amazon. I bought them a long time ago, and I just soak these and wash them and reuse them over and over again. I've been wanting to paint my living room. We moved into this house about 8 years ago, and my walls are basically the lightest gray. They are so light gray that they look white. They're not white, but they look it basically. And I told my husband, I'm ready for just a little bit of color in this room. We have one wall in our living room that is like reclaimed wood of different colors, browns and grays. So it's very pretty and it adds a nice pop of color. But I'm ready for something like this. I love green. I do love green on walls and at home. Does anybody have green walls in your house? And what color green? I love mint green. I love olive green. I just like green. I always have. This is so much easier and more relaxing than using that little paintbrush. And it's just such an even tone when you do paint this way on a project. It's easy to go. I was gonna say it's easy to go over your edges. Like it's easier than a little paintbrush, I think. Nice coverage too. Thank you for spending your time with me, Vicki and Carol. I appreciate you. Oh, there's Christy. Hello, Miss Christy, my sweet friend. How are you? Everybody, please. This is Christy Abston, you guys, from our Craft Therapy Club. So she's a Craft Therapy Club member, but, of course, she has her own page. She has her own membership group. She has all kinds of stuff going on. And she's a mama and a grandma, and she's so busy, and we love her, and she's sweet and creative and fun. Please take the time to go subscribe to her channel. Support my friend. Oh, Callie's here. Hey, Callie. Welcome. I have a muted teal green walls in my living room. Ooh, pretty. I have teal, like bluish and teal accents. Like a couple of different shades of blue / teal in my house. Like I have one dining room chair that's teal blue. And I've told you before, the interior color of my exterior doors are both blue. My side table in my living room is blue. So I love to have just like an accent of blue here and there, but I don't have a blue wall. Like I said, all my walls are basically with white. All right, right here, I'm just missing just the tiniest bit of paint. I know you can't see that on camera, but I can do a little focus time right here in the middle. And you know what? I could get you a little closer. It looks like a stucco wall, or like, you know, it looks like a wall. The way the roller, you know how when you roll paint on a wall? I love that look. It gives it just a little bit of texture. Pretty as all heck. All right, now, hold on, girls. Let's see. I'm going to gently pick this up and just check my edges. Yeah, I want to, since I have the roller, it'll be easier for these edges. Let's just make sure we get coverage on everything. I'm going to flip each way. It might get a little messy on the table, but we're going to do it because it's still a little wet. But I just want to make sure we have good coverage on everything. Let's go this way. Oh, yeah, I missed right here. Let's get a little more paint right here. Well, I'm not sure the paper mache loves this sopping up of paint. Now, I think maybe it would have been, I don't know, safer to top coat it first or prime it. Just, I think even top coat, like a spray top coat, which would be a really sheer coverage, right? And the reason I say that, let me show you. There's a spot, not everywhere, but I must have laid it on, like, oh, right there. I must have laid it on pretty thick. Do you see that little bubble? Like right there. Look where my thumb is. See that tiny little bubble? That's the paper mache. It's not a big deal. Like, it's not like crazy looking. It's hardly seen. I wonder when it's fully dry if it will totally go away. And it's only in that spot on this section that I can see. So anyway, this is the bottom. I need it to dry. I'm going to move over back to the top. So I'm going to put this aside so I can move back to the top. I'm going to get a little, one of my craft mats. I'm going to put it on my floor next to me, and I'm going to put this on the floor to dry. And actually, I'm going to use my little portable fan on that, blowing at that while we work on the top, because this is pretty dry. Oh, it looks like I need to do a little touch up. I do. I'm going to do a little, since I have the roller going and it's wet, I'm going to do a little touch up on a couple of things. My edges, especially, you know me and my edges. Right here, I just kind of missed this little spot right here. It's a little hard to get in there with the roller, to be truthful, because of, I don't have clearance. I don't have clearance right there. The handle's in the way. So I'm going to use my brush and just come in and give that a little, little touch up right there and right there. And then I do like using the roller on these edges. It's just so easy. You check this side already? I'm going to have to top coat this, and what I'm going to do to make it easier on myself is I'm going to spray. I'll probably do it 5, 6, 7, 8 times. I'll put it in my garage on the floor with one of those mats, and I will spray top coat it. Because again, coming in with a brushed liquid top coat is going to add more liquid, which it's a paper. And so it's going to sop that up a whole lot. Look at, it's kind of warping a little because of the paper. Okay, we have to use a decoupage medium here. Oh my gosh, isn't that pretty? I need to get the edges off. And you know I love to use wetness to do that. So I need you to scooch for just a second, my love. I'm going to put you right there. And you, I don't want to get any of this on there. So a little cleanup. And then we're going to use my wet pen to get the edges off. Oh, Callie, sweet love. Everybody's so busy. I totally get it. But that's my point in saying, like, if Fridays at 11 aren't, like, if it doesn't work for my people, like you guys, then I would rather find a day and time that I can connect with more of you. I've been starting to wonder if I shouldn't start doing early morning. The kids aren't here. Chris is a big boy. He can get himself off to work. He can come in and say, give me a kiss goodbye and say goodbye. Um, the kids aren't here anymore. So in the morning. So I could do early morning lives. I've always avoided them because I wanted to see my kids off to school. But now they're both at college. So I could be doing 6, 7, 8 a.m. lives to try to connect with some of you or to connect with new people in general. Okay, we got that off. We're going to use one of my little liquidy pens, and we're going to get off the edges. Hey, Miss Kim, how are you? Isn't that deer gorgeous? Isn't he just beautiful? And I would never, like, these look like grapes to me. Doesn't that look like a grape bunch to me? But it's berries because you got holly and berries here. So it is holly and berries. They gave us, let me just see something quick. They gave us Thanksgiving borders. Let me just see if I can find one, if there's any fun. No, but we can change things. It's so strange. All right. I better not monkey around, huh? I better not monkey around, otherwise I'll lose you. I'm so glad you caught me live, Kim. Thanks for saying hello. I was just saying how I think I'm going to switch from Fridays at 11 to maybe something early morning or late night again, because I'm just not connecting with enough of you to make any sense for me to be here. I've been doing it for 2 years, but I have no problem like pivoting. If I can connect with more of you at a different time, I have no problem accommodating that, especially now that I have the freedom to do that with the kids at college. Let's just see. I'm going to see if I can do this. Yeah, if I could just rip it. Yep. Might be easier than doing the whole pencil eraser thing. All right, that was quick and easy. I'm going to scooch you in a little bit more because I felt like you were too far away to really see much right there. Now, I think I have to get rid of a bit more than just the white edge on the bottom and top. So let's get the white edge off, and then I'll make adjustments. I didn't get enough of this white right here. Come on. There you go. Comes off so easy with the wetness. Oh, yep, this is where we want to be. Well, if you did early morning, I could be there. I get off work at 7 a.m. Oh, there you go. So 7 a.m. for you is 6 a.m. for me. So really, that gives me a lot of leeway. Oh, I'm running out of water. Let's get a different pen. I have a few of these filled up next to me. That one's out of water. I'm going to fill that guy up. Come on. Deposit the water. Chris was leaving the house this morning, and lately it's been me. He, for the longest time, he was the one who went to the butcher shop every Saturday. He would talk to the guys there. He knows the guys who own the butcher shop, and he would visit with them and like take the garbage out, because we have a dumpster at work, which is in town at the shop of Monster Lawn. So we don't pay for garbage pickup where we live. We take it into, because we have a huge dumpster. So it just makes more financial sense to do that. So he takes the garbage in. He would go to the butcher shop. Well, lately, it's been me going into the butcher shop, which is fine. But for a couple of months now, it's been me going in to get us like ground beef or steaks or whatever we needed. Sometimes chicken, like whatever. Anyway, I said to him as he was leaving, I said, maybe think about going to the butcher shop today. And he laughed at me. He's like, oh, really? You think I should be a maybe of my day? I'm like, yes, maybe you should go to the butcher shop. It's not that they're really great guys, actually. I always enjoy my visit with them. Like, there's nothing wrong with going to the butcher shop, but I was just like, well, maybe you should think about going. Okay, see, it's a little bit too long on both edges, just a little bit. And I have more paper under, there's like this, can you see this like gold frame? There's more paper over than under. So if I wanted him centered, I think I'm going to take off what's on the top. You see what I'm saying? Like here, that's probably like 3/4 of an inch. And here, look how much I have. So I think I'm going to take off. I'm going to pinch this here. And then I'm going to use my water pen to get rid of that extra bit. So I'm going to run my water pen. I'm on the back side now where the pinch is, where that crease is. And we're going to take that off. Late at night too for you. Chrissy, when do you have a normal schedule for yourself? I apologize that I don't know this, but do you have a regular schedule for yourself, or do you fit it in where you can? It's hard, right? First of all, you have your own schedule, you have your family schedule, and then you're trying to meet up with, the whole point of going live is to connect with as many people live as possible. There's no other reason to do it, because I could just record these videos and push them out there, but I love to connect with you guys and chat with you. I think I need to take off a tish more of this, and I don't really want to hang it over the edge and use a sandpaper because I want this like torn edge here. So I don't want to use the sandpaper to like scratch it off the edge of the box. I want to do this. I want to have a rugged edge. Okay, that's better. Yeah, look at that. Look at that. Now, this has, like I said, it has these little holes for putting ribbon through. So I think what I'm going to do is just decoupage this down and then reestablish the holes so that we don't miss out on anything. That's what we're going to do. You're the conductor of the Hot Mess Express. I love you. I love you for saying that. Okay, a little maintenance issue right now. I think I'm done mainly with the green paint. So I am going to take this extra paint right now and put it back in my jar and close up my jar so that we salvage as much as possible. See all this extra? I mean, there's no sense in throwing that out. So I'm going to put it back in my jar. My jar is so dry and crusty. It's really old, but I like to salvage, girls. This is Annie Sloan chalk paint that I must have bought. I'm not kidding you if it's 15 years old. I don't know. That's why I had to add a ton of moisture to it to get it going again. I mean, it's perfectly good shape. It just got pretty dry. I have a lot of extra on here. I'm not going to just put it in my water. I'm going to get this out of the garbage, and I'm going to try to wipe as much of that off as possible because it's silicone, so it's really easy to do that with. And then I'm going to put this in water to clean as soon as I'm done here. Okay. If I need more of that paint, I'm just going to go back into that mason jar and get some more. But for now, I just want to cover this up so that it doesn't keep drying out on me. I'm going to put this on top of that so that if I need it, I'll have it. Okay. Let's decoupage. I'm going to need a brush. I'm going to need decoupage medium. Now, what do we want to use? Greasy Glue. Whoops. Oh, I knocked my fan over. Oh, little fan. I don't want glossy. That's for darn sure. I think I'm just going to use my Mod Podge hard coat. I'm almost done with this. Wait. It's like really sealed good. All right. Again, it's like way down in there. So let's do this. Oh, it has some clumps, girls. We got some clumps to deal with. Let's just do it. All right. I don't want this to warp this paper box, right? So we're going to put a very, you know, a good, you can see it. You can see the white, so it's a good amount. I'm going to put a nice quick coat on here, trying not to let it pool up anywhere, because again, I don't want it to bubble. And then we're going to put that on here as quickly as we can. I mean, I could iron it on. I don't think I need to with rice paper though. With napkins, I think the iron-on method, if you're worried about wrinkles, is more important than with rice paper, to be honest with you. I am so close to the edge, it's not even funny. Like, it still feels like it's pretty big, pretty long, but it's okay. I want it in the middle, please. And scooch over. It's like sticking to that, immediately sticking to the box. Okay, I can feel with my hand where the bubbles are. I'm going to try to do this evenly. Some people use saran wrap. With rice paper, I don't feel like you really need it because it's really thick and sturdy. With a napkin you might, but not with a rice paper. Okay, now looks like I need a little glue right here. Of course. I'll end up going over this, of course, but before we do that, I need to finish my painting. I need to do a little more painting here. Let me get another paper towel. So we need to cover up this edge. I don't want just a raw edge hanging out. So in this instance, I think I'm going to use this for that. Because it's most like, do you think I should, or do you think I should use the green? Would you use this color, or would you use the green to just pounce in a little paint here? Opinion, please. Help a girl out. What would you do? I'm thinking, I mean, the edges of the thing are green, but I was thinking the white would make more sense. I'm going to use a round brush. This is a round stencil brush. Hey, Diana, what do you think? Should I go white or green? Let's do a little bit. It's not really white. It's like a creamy color. Maybe I need to mix the two. Let's take a little bit of this green that's left over and mix it in here. So it's not quite so white. Did you hear the noise I'm making? It is what it is, girls. We need to do something. We can't just leave the paper raw edge, here. Let me grab more green and we can always cover it up if we don't like it. Sorry for the noise. What do you think? Should I do green or should we do off-white? I need to cover this raw edge. That's a combination of the two of them. You think white? All right, let's go in with just white and see. I don't want to cover my gold frame. All right, here's white. Here's the green. Christy, I think you might be right, my friend. All right, girls, just like grit your teeth and bear it. I am so sorry. It's an annoying noise. I would happen to agree with that assessment. It's annoying me. So I'm guessing it must be annoying you too. But we're going to go in and just give a quick. We got to do it. We got to do the work to get this covered. Backed up a little. And I don't want it to be painted on like brush strokes or like this. I want it to look tapered in. So to taper it in, we're going to pounce it in. And it's okay to mix a little bit of that other paint in there every once in a while so it doesn't look like just a solid line of white. And I'm trying really hard to keep as much of the image as I can. Now here, I'm so close here, so close to the edge. So I'm actually just going to hit, like I'm going to avoid the berries. That sounded funny. And then here where there's like no image, there's no berries or, so I am going to hit that with white. If I can salvage the print of the rice paper, I'm going to do that. And then like here, you can see there's a big spot here of, that's just the cardboard box. So I'm going to come in. And I want it to look blended. I don't want it to be just, like I said, a big white line. All right. I'm going to come up in between the ivy here. And then this is where back to wood. This is like, not wood, but you know, the paper mache box. So we need to cover all that up. I'm going to grab just a tiny bit of green to pounce in there. Since it's right next to the ivy, it looks really white without a little bit of green in there. Soft transitions is what we're going for here. And look, it has really pretty diamonds and stars in the background. He said he's only look at the gold frame. Vicky, I think that's most men though, honey. I really do think that most men are that way. My family's the same way. My husband's really, I shouldn't say that. My kids actually have better attention to detail than I do. But I just think men in general aren't as good at detail as women are. I'm sorry to your husband, but it's just a trait that men and women have in general. It's just a trait. It's not a bad trait. It's what makes us inherently different. I'm going to go all the way around the edge, as you can see. And then when I'm done, I'm going to like pull my eyes back and look at this thing in its entirety and see where I might want to add like a touch of green here or there, or just soften the transition up a little. Now we're very, very close to the edge again with our color. So, oh, see, I don't want to necessarily cover those berries, but I do want it to look completed, like finished all the way around. Look at that. The paper's just going right off of the edge here. I still need the same framing all the way around, even though here I don't need to cover almost anything. It's the paper is covering the box completely. Like right there, there's one little bare spot of paper from the paper mache box. But for the most part, that's all covered with the paper. So I don't need to go that high up. And I certainly don't want to lose the red berries. I'm okay going higher up in these neutral colored berries, but I don't want to lose my red berries. Okay, let's do this. We've gone all the way around. I'm going to back you up a couple of notches here, and we're going to look at it in its entirety and just see if there's one area. See, this does not look blended really well to me. So I'm going to come in and I'm actually going to grab a little bit of the green so it's not completely white. And push that in there. Same thing here. It feels a little too bright for me. So I'm going to grab a little bit of the green and dab in a little bit of color here. So it's not so white. Much better. What do you think, girls? Oh my gosh, he's so pretty. He's so pretty. Now, again, with the Mod Podge, I don't want to waste it. I'm going to need this Mod Podge. I'm going to put it back in the bottle because I'm going to need it to top coat everything. But I am not going to come in and do a really thick, wet top coat with my brush. The first thing that I'm going to do with this is I'm going to actually let it sit for 24 hours and just dry. And then I'm going to take it to my garage and I'm going to give it like 6, 7, 8 spray coats of Mod Podge matte. And then once that's dry, I probably won't need to do more top coat on the sides, but I will absolutely put hard Mod Podge top coat on the top to protect the paper. Then if I wanted to, I can come in and add some stickles or something to glisten up. I'll probably do some of this stuff that's in his antlers. He's gorgeous, right? What do you think of the top of it? Yeah, they can see every detail in Bubble. That's true. You saw a bear? You saw a bear. Interesting. Oh my gosh, that's great. That is awesome. All right, I'm so excited about this box. Now, let me show you the ribbon that came with it. I do have, girls, I have 2 of these. I bought 3 boxes. So I have 2 that are like up for grabs if somebody wants one. Just message me and I can figure out what to do, like to like invoice and get it to you. And I do have more rice paper. I have this one and I thought this one would be really nice on here too. Let's just see if I can show this to you. I think this would be gorgeous on here too. This little angel. Isn't she pretty? With that really soft Christmas tree. Oh my gosh. So I think that would be really pretty on here too. And then it came with this. So if you decide to get a box, I'll give you the ribbon too. It came with this, oh my gosh, this length of ribbon for tying the box. So it's like metallic on the outside and it's a sheer red. Oh my gosh, isn't that going to be gorgeous? And so it has all those holes. It has 2 holes in the bottom, 2 holes in the top that you run the ribbon through and then tie the box with to make it a gift box. So if anybody's interested, I have 2 of them. You just let me know, friends. You just let me know. Okay. Now, Craft Therapy Club members. Hold on, girls. I just lost my ink paper art. It flew down on the floor. Okay. Craft Therapy Club members, tonight we are making. Oh, I don't even have it with me. I'm gonna do a quick little video and show everybody on Facebook. We're gonna be making button garland. So it's a button buster. So you're gonna want something like hemp or waxed thread. Okay, you want something that's not going to fray a lot on you, right? So hemp doesn't fray really, and waxed thread, and buttons. Any buttons that have 2 holes or more. Okay, I bought these buttons off of somebody on Amazon. So these are the buttons I used to make the first one that I will show on Facebook in a little while. But I think tonight I'm going to mix it up a little and do some of these with some brown buttons. They can be any color. These can be any color you want. If you want red and green, do red and green, but it's 2 buttons with 2 holes. They have to have at least 2 holes. It doesn't matter if they have 4, that's fine. You can still use them. They just have to have at least 2 holes. And you're gonna need hemp and buttons, and I'm gonna teach you how to make a button garland for your Christmas tree or for your mantle, for like, some swagger on your mantle, or to wrap gifts with, or I'm going to show you what I did with mine, the first set that I made. I'll do that on Facebook so you guys can see. You love this one, Kim. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. All right. I'm going to run because I have final payments to make for cruise people today. There's a few people left. I'm going to clean my paintbrushes. We're going to let this dry for a while. I will be live tonight at 7 o'clock for the button garland project of the month inside the Craft Therapy Club. So I'll see club members then. Oh, how fun. If you have lots of buttons, this is such a great project. And listen to me, girls, with family coming for Thanksgiving, this would be, if you have a lot of buttons and you have a roll of hemp, this would be a project that you could sit down and do with a group of family members. I assume the girls. Doesn't mean a man can't do it. But if you have a bunch and you want to make button garland for your tree or for everybody's tree or for your mantle or for your stairwell or whatever you want to embellish and decorate, it's a great button buster. It's really easy to do. Once you know how to do it, it's easy to do. You just have to do it a couple of times and you're like, okay, now that I have, it's a routine. You just keep doing the same thing with every button, then you're stringing them together. But I will teach you how to tie them so that they stay together. Like, and they're not flip floppy and all that. So I think it would be a really good family activity, actually. If you have a bunch of girls and you want to sit down with a bottle of wine and some Christmas music on, or a cup of tea or a pot of tea or hot cocoa, and get those. I think little preteen girls could do this too. They just have to be patient enough to learn the format. And then once they know the format, run with it. And then you're going to use lots of buttons. I know it's going to be so fun. So I will see you girls later. Have a beautiful, blessed day. I thank you so much. Thank you from the bottom of my heart for hanging out with me. There likely will be a change, like I said, to this schedule, because 11 at Friday just doesn't seem to be a time to catch a lot of people. So if you have suggestions, don't be afraid to let me know. Do you want early morning? Do you want late at night? Do you want mid-afternoon? You tell me. I'll catch you next time, ladies. Love you all.